Hey everybody, Douglas Blair Roberts here, the Super Vader 400, and of course the brown skin human. This is my late, out of date review and small rant on the 2020 Sonic the Hedgehog film. Yeah, believe it or not, this film, much to my surprise, exceeded my expectations for what I expected for this film. For what I expected for this film. Coming into this film, I expected this film to be terrible, but I just wanted this film to at least be decent because if this film was at least decent, made enough money, they will make a sequel with a whole bunch of other characters. There are a couple of small problems I have with the film, but for the most part, the film was awesome. Most of my rant will, believe it or not, will not only come from be for small problems I had with the film, but the whole COVID-19 pandemic, which has ruined everything. I plan to see this awesome film with a with a friend of mine. I plan to in November of 2019, which that was supposed to be the original date of the film, but it got pushed back to this year. It got pushed back to this year, and it got pushed back to this year, and then February, there were personal problems back in February, so I couldn't see it in February, and February there were personal problems from February through March, and right around the time when those personal problems seemed to be over, not only did they come back later again, but not only did bigger problems come back later again, but before that, um, the film was out of theaters. The film was out of theaters, and then of course the COVID-19 pandemic happened, which I wasn't able to see the other film I want to see with a friend, and that was Trolls World Tour, which that will be coming either either that will be coming in the upcoming weeks. So yeah, be on the lookout for that review. So, but with that being said, let's get started with this video. Yeah, let's get started with this video right now. It doesn't matter what you think about this video because this is my world and we can do whatever we want. You gotta go fast. everybody, it's time for part two of my review and rant on the 2020 Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Not gonna talk long about this movie because I don't have a lot to really say about it, other than that I enjoyed this. That I surprisingly enjoyed this movie. Like I said in part one, coming into this film, I didn't think this movie was gonna be good, and I said several years ago when a friend talked to me about having a live action Sonic the Hedgehog movie that the movie was just unfilmable. The video game is too big and fantastic to ever fit on on the big screen. But that was before the Marvel Cinematic Universe blew up and showed that you can make pretty much anything. But yeah, I didn't think this could ever be made. This could ever be made. And when I heard they were making a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, wasn't angry about it, and I wasn't really happy about it either. I was in the middle. I really just didn't care. Then when I saw that they were really committed, and when I saw they finally released something, they were releasing something, and when I saw how much they cared, that they got such a negative feedback from the first Sonic the Hedgehog design, that they completely they delayed the film, which was supposed to be November of last year, to February of this year. And in this movie, and I just wanted this film to at least be decent and make money, so maybe they can make a better sequel with all of the familiar characters like Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Shadow, Metal, and Mecha Sonic, Metal Sonic, the Botniks, Egg Roboto, and Chaos, and so many other cool characters that were introduced in the entire Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. And when I found, and then I really start became interested in seeing this film and started liking this film when I heard this film beat the living crap out of the Birds of Prey movie, which I gotta finish watching. I've watched several minutes. I watched about 60 plus minutes of that before turning it off. And I remember, and most of the 60 minutes I watched, it was okay. But I'm really happy that this movie right here kicked the crap out of that movie. Sick of Hollywood and their feminist and BS SJW agendas in comic book based movies. So I was really happy to hear that Sonic the Hedgehog beat that movie right there. Then of course I had planned to see this with a friend, but I had some personal problems at the time. Then when those personal problems were over with, the COVID-19 pandemic happened, and the film quickly left theaters and was released on digital media. So yeah, when I finally get around to seeing the film for the most part, it was good. My favorite scenes were, number one, the tails reveal at the end of the film. Then before that, all of the scenes with Sonic, Robotnik, and the battle sequences, and I think his name is James um James Marsden, Cyclops from the original X-Men trilogy portrays Thomas Michael Wachowski, the sheriff of Green Hills, who wished to join the SPD, and he befriends Sonic and aids him on his quest to stop Robotnik. These three were the MVP of the film. Everybody else in the film were great too. The only people I had a problem the only people I had a problem with were those lame Afro American women. First off, you had the worst. You had Rachel, the little kid. Uh, um, you had the little kid. Not Rachel, but you had the little kid Jojo. Jojo portrayed by Melody Nesfisto Nyman, whatever her name is. Then you had the second most annoying Rachel, Natasha Rothwell, then the most annoying Tika Sumter as Maddie Wachowski, the wife of James Marsden. Each of these characters were stupid, lame, unfunny stereotypes, with the kid actor being the worst actress in the film. But they only had a brief. They were only in the middle and parts of the end. But definitely um they definitely killed they definitely killed this movie. Most of this movie was awesome when it was focused on those three characters I just mentioned. In that very cool Knuckles, that very cool Knuckles I mean that very cool Tails reveal at the end, which that's what I tuned into the film to see. I wanted this to at least be good so they can make they can make a sequel with all of the other familiar Sonic characters. Now let me start the film so I can get into the plot of this film. According to Wikipedia, Sonic, an extraterrestrial blue hedgehog who can run at supersonic speeds, finds himself sought after by a tribe of Edenians for his power. His guardian, Longclaw the Owl, gives him a bag of rings that can create portals to other planets, using one to send him to Earth while she protects him from the Echidnas. Also gives Sonic a map to a planet filled with mushrooms to use if he finds trouble on Earth. 10 years later, Sonic enjoys a secret life near the town of Greens Hill, Montana, but longs to make friends. He idolizes the local sheriff, Tom Wachowski, and his veterinarian wife, Maddie. Unaware, the pair are planning to relocate to San Francisco soon, as Tom had been hired by the San Francisco Police Department. Dr. Robotnik
So, I know what you're
comes
thinking.
across
Why is that incredibly handsome hedgehog being chased by a madman
one of
with a
Sonic's
mustache from the
quills
Civil War? Well, to be
and
honest,
discovering
it
the
feels
power
like
it
I've been
has,
running my
the
whole
fuse
life.
robots.
Is this too much?
Dr. Robotnik
Am I going
becomes
too fast?
obsessed with capturing
It's kinda what I do.
Sonic,
You know
and
what?
throughout the film,
Let's
Dr.
back up.
Robotnik comically questions one of what's the guy's name again? Oh yeah, Tom Wachowski's friends in a hilarious moment where he says where Tom tells his friend, you can't tell Dr. Robotnik we met and we had this conversation, and his friend says, I don't think that would be possible, and Dr. Robotnik and his team is already there. That moment was hilarious. And the cool then it was various battle sequences, with the final battle being in Greens Hills itself, with Sonic sending Robotnik to a whole to the original to the original Green Hills place where Robotnik, Jim Carrey's character, now after getting beat up by Sonic, is marooned on a mysterious is marooned on the animal planet Sonic is from, and looks like the Robotnik from the video games, and is bent on revenge against Sonic, setting up the sequel. Then you have the mid-credit scene with Tails, an extraterrestrial fox, emerging from a ring portal and searching for Sonic. See, like I said, this was an awesome film, and the whole thing felt like an adaptation, reimagined adaptation of the very first Sonic the Hedgehog game, with elements from the second game. This movie maintained the spirit integrity of the Sonic the Hedgehog video games, but also making it accessible to newer viewers who are not familiar with the source material, the film got an even higher rating than I thought. I thought they would get a 30 or 40+%. This film got a 64. This film got a 64% on the Rotten Tomato Rotten Tomato on the Rotten Tomato meter. And on May 28th of this year, they announced they announced a sequel with Fowler returning as director and Casey Miller returning as writers, and it
What,
was
one car?
confirmed that Tim Miller, Hajime Satomi, and Hiroyuki Satomi will be returning as executive producers, and Neil H. Mortis, Toby Asher, and Toru Nakamura as producers. So yeah, I can't wait. But yeah, this was
with Rihanna.
This was an
OMG.
awesome film, and Mortal
That's amazing.
Kombat
You
needs
sent
to
pics?
now
No
move
way.
over
I'm
or
at the
make
speed
room because now there's a new
How did you get back so
awesome
fast?
video
Barbados
game
is in the
movie
ocean.
joining them,
Yeah,
and
they
that
got
is
something.
Sonic the Hedgehog. So, I'm finished for now. If you don't want to hear the rest of the music, turn the video off.
Hey, buddy! Where's
Turn the
Mike?
video off right now.